architecture of human brain. Architecture of human brain. Human brain is the most developed brain among all the organisms. Human brain is the most developed brain among all the organisms. Architecture of human brain. Okay, so we have seen brain amplification. Brain amplification. If I consider brain as electronic circuit, if I consider brain as electronic circuit, okay, so I have. Okay, so I have really have one electronic circuit. I really have one electronic circuit. So this is electronic circuit. Okay. So this is electronic circuit. Anyone can see it. So this is nothing but I think the power adapter break up. I keep breaking. So this is power adapter that generally we use in kind of 220 volt to 5 volt, that is the mobile charger. So this is transformer. So first 220 volt comes to this transformer. This is this is transformer, and that 220 volt comes to transformer, and then it becomes lesser volt, and then finally that goes through the kind of other capacitor and resistor and inductor based circuit, where it makes it kind of it makes it constant voltage source, that is 5 volts. So sinusoidal 220 volt comes in and passes through passes through this transformer, and then it becomes lesser volt sinusoidal, and that sinusoidal is finally passed through the RCL, resistor, capacitor and inductor circuit, and it is constant 5 volt and some 2 ampere, 3 ampere, whatever the specification is, that it becomes like that, so that the 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 target where this current is going, constant voltage and constant current should be applied. If I consider the brain as electronic circuit, okay, so concept is that electronic circuit typically, okay, we use as amplifier. Mainly the electronics started, transistor circuit, it started with the amplifier. That is the first experiment anyone would do, and because of this amplification only, one major, I believe, Shockley, he received Nobel Award. So, so Shockley or Schottky, something like that. I should not misspell. He is so great, much above to me. Okay, and he received Nobel Award. So amplifier. So that is the so brain also works as amplifier. Brain works as amplifier. So this amplification is 1000, not true. So amplification depends upon how much is the strength of the brain. So if I create an amplifier, then amplifier is fixed 100 times or 1000 times or 1 lakh times, means 0.1 100,000 times, okay, so or 10 times, that is a fixation of an electronic circuit. But brain amplification is not fixed. There is an adage also, proverb or saying, if you have money, then invest in humanity. If you have money and you are a businessman, you want multiplication of the money, then invest in humanity. Don't put in the bank and don't invest in business. Okay, people invest in business, buying land or starting a factory and those kind of things. Invest in humanity. That will give you more return than what you get from banking system or industrial system. Okay, if it comes to humanity, then it comes to human brain. Human brain is electronic amplifier, but the amplification changes. So if brain is carrying low energy, then probably less amplification it would show. The energy is growing, then more amplification it would show. Brain amplification is directly proportional to the energy that brain carries. So the electronic circuit generated by God is dynamic. dE by dA by dE. Okay, if you change in energy level of the brain, then there is a amplification change you will see. This is not the case. D amplification by D voltage, D current, D energy is constant. It won't change. It will do amplification. The output, if you pass some in if suppose this is amplifier, and there is in if suppose this is amplifier, and there is a input current here, input voltage here, I mean input energy here, and then there is outside, we are calculating the kind of current. If there is a current here and outside we are calculating the current, then there is amplification of 100. But if you make change in the input dA, change in the input current, then there is no, that the change will be constant always. So dA, if you make change, then the amplification will be constant, not amplification would change. So D amplification by dA is 0. There is no change in amplification. It will always be 100. But brain de-amplification by de-energy, that is not constant. I believe it would not be linear equation also, that much. So God has created electronic. Why I am saying electronic circuit? Because the muscle of the brain is different to the muscle we have in hand or heart. It is different. So this is, if I consider electronic circuit as amplifier, brain has many electronic circuit in this fashion. But if it is an amplifier, then de-amplification by de-energy level at the brain is, first of all, it is not zero, and it has certain complex polynomial equation, and it is not a straight line. It is that if energy level is 1, then amplification is 10. If energy level is 10, then amplification is 1000. It's not like that. It, it goes exponentially. That is the case. That's why it is adage in India that if you have money, invest in humanity, invest in human brain rather than raising a factory. This is Indian culture. So it gives you more because human brain gives more. Now, anyway, so these are the fundamentals. Now we are talking about brain amplification again. So brain amplification happens, brain do the amplification when the energy level of a brain starts growing. If it is at a certain level and if it goes below that, then we start getting diseases, because all the part in the body, they are connected to the brain. If brain is hale and healthy, then those body parts like this, if I am doing this, this motion is connected to the rotary area, frontal brain, and then parietal brain, occipital brain, cerebellum, and then temporal brain. Then in the parietal brain, the front part is rotor area. So this is connected through that. This is as powerful as the rotor area portion of the brain, that much energy it carries. So if that region carries a energy that is at layer, what it should be, then I am a normal person. But if it start carrying more energy, little bit of, that's what Krishna says in Gita. Krishna says in Gita that little progress if you make also in this section, then it will save you from big danger. This is what he claims. So if rotary area gets little energy, infinitesimal small energy also, then this movement you will see far different because it is controlled for that reason. And if it needs 100 joule of energy to do like this, and there, if there is an increment of 0.00001 joule also, the amplification that it would show would be so high that 100 joule will be easy to do. So there are two ways we talked about. One is 100 joule. I eat carbohydrate and carbohydrate rich food, that is rice, paddy, rice, wheat, or meat or whatever. Then whatever we eat, that energy comes to our hand. Our biceps are thick, and then we can do this nicely. Okay. If I Okay, I am saying that brain is different. Means brain, if I see the modern science, that is allopathic science, about the brain, if I eat carbohydrate rich food, then whatever the blood is absorbing, that is carbohydrate rich, like wheat or rice. Brain do not want carbohydrate. Brain muscles are different. That is the problem. Root cause of all problem is brain is not interested in carbohydrate. Brain muscle is not interested in your wheat and rice, meat, whatever. It is not interested much in that. Okay. What brain is interested is in, okay, one thing is that little bit fat. So meat, some part we can say it is interested in fat. So brain is little bit interested in fat. So milk or whatever we drink also, brain takes the fat. Brain is interested in fat. But brain, the major thing that it is interested is in micronutrients. Brain much more interested in micronutrients. So if we eat micronutrient rich food like maize and millet, the we are talking like madua is a black seed, madua, or jaw, jowar, bajra, kodo, and like this. Okay. So if we eat these kind of mota anaj, it is called in India mota anaj, means thick cereal. Mota means thick. Okay. Thick cereal, heavy cereal. Okay. If we eat that food, then it has tons and tons of micronutrients. So that goes to the blood and brain absorbs that. That is the food for the brain. So that is the kind of millets functionality or maize functionality that we is missing or very less in rice and wheat. Mainly it is a carbohydrate rich. It will give you good muscle energy when you eat this kind of food immediately. If you eat, you will feel energetic immediately, but what goes to the brain is very less. But if you eat maize and millet, what goes to the brain? So energy, what this energy, if you digest it, then energy is getting stored in the downmost part of the backbone. That is called Mooladhara. So there energy will get stored. That energy will be from the micronutrients one, not from the carbohydrate and this and that. That energy will go if there is some potential difference in the electricity. I mean, if I talk in electronic stuff, and then it reaches the sahasra, that energy. From there, it reaches the brain. These energies are very, very low. So if someone talks about someone got, for God's sake, no should one should get cancer. If someone gets cancer and rotor area is affected and he is not able to this like this, or any area is affected, and someone is eating maize and millets, certainly immediately he will not get the energy because these energies are very low, very, very low. It will take time to get the first healing will happen in those region of the muscle because muscle has degenerated in the brain. That's why there is a cancer because those regions are uncontrolled now because organ is failed or it is not. So energy will come slowly, energy will heal that organ. It will take months of time, not one day, months of time. Once it get heals up, then if you supply extra energy, then finally it will start showing the amplification. So what is amplification is that all the organs in the body, they will start running with very low carbohydrate energy, because much energy is coming from the brain amplification. It takes time, years, not in months. It takes years to get the brain energy level higher. Okay, but it will start showing the amplification. If it starts showing amplification, then this much you can do 1000 times. Then push up you can do, or push up you can do 1000 times. You eat whatever rice and wheat you can eat, you cannot do 1000 times, not possible. That requires brain amplification, that comes only with the micronutrient rich food, that is in maize and millet. Like madua is the king. Madua is considered as the king of the micronutrient. But you have others also, like jaw, I say jaw, jowar, bajra, okay, kodo, and there are others also that comes in maize and millet. They are generally cultivated in dry region where rainfall is less or whatever. Okay, we'll talk more on it. So how it is cultivated, and how, because we talk that brain of a human, the energy in the brain, that is part of three sections. One is whatever energy is coming from the backbone to the brain. Second is the ambience, in what ambience your brain is staying, there also it receives the energy. And third is, the most important thing is, you work. When you work, then at that time brain starts generating energy. One is receiving energy from backbone, receiving from the ambience, and third, the biggest, is that it starts generating the energy. That has no limitation. Ambience has limitation. Food has limit. How much you will eat? The stomach is so small. Maximum one plate, two plates, three plate, four plate, five plate rice you can eat. Not more than that. But work has no limitation. So that energy is the most pioneer energy in the brain, because there is no limitation. If there is no limitation and brain starts, when the amplification of the brain has no limitation, the thing that what is going, we'll talk on this more, that how maize and millet helps in all three sections: backbone energy, ambience energy, and the working energy. All three are supported by maize and millet food, whereas carbohydrate rich food is going to give you immediate energy, because carbohydrate comes immediately to the body. If brain is not taking completely, it will come immediately to the body. Immediately, if you eat carbohydrate rich food, immediately you will feel satisfied, because energy came immediately. It we will feel satisfied, but it will not add much to the brain. So amplification is less. It has many other hazardous effect also. And slowly, person who is completely upon the carbohydrate rich food, that is wheat and rice, then slowly he will start catching the disease. If he is staying in some energy ambience and he is working a lot, then I cannot say much about it. But as far as food energy is concerned, then he will start getting degenerate, because brain is not getting that much. Amplification will be low, and he will keep on eating, and he will keep on destroying it. We'll talk more on it, that how maize and millet helps people grow in their life and recuperating from any impossible disease.